This operates, granted, of course, the Viper there.
Okay, Hazard the Hut. Thank you for the Prime, mate. Appreciate you doing that. Thank you, Hazard. Okay, T1 on attack.
Yeah, for sure.
DRX on defense. Weird new comps. I say weird comps. I mean, it's a pretty traditional comps. Just the fact that Meteor is playing Teo.
Quite a bit this year, to some levels of success for sure. So let's see if they can kind of string together some attacking side. I think this comp has a lot of legs on the attacker side, even against the
historically T1 haven't looked great on the
it's just a matter about how well have they been able to
non-double duelist comps, I would say.
Here in the last week for T1.
Interesting that they picked this, by the way, as well.
This is all just a bit of a ruse here by T1. Map exploration, but with a
I imagine DRX didn't see this one coming.
They can kind of just plant their feet and wait to see what happens.
Still a Paranoia and a Paint Shell over on this side of the map. There's Mako. Just setting up a smoke.
Re-clear over towards A.
At the ready.
He wasn't close enough to hear the TP. Oh, Gunman wasn't close enough to hear the TP. Damn, he got out of there, though.
Just barely escapes.
That was all a setup for T1 to clear that back corner where Mako was, and that part worked, but Hyunmin not able to be dealt with. That's going to give a numbers advantage for DRX. Bane spotted.
Yeah, caught. Does get fault lined here. Tucked in around the corner. However, still able to find the headshot. The finish off
Stack solo spike.
Dangerously low, but
yeah.
Hyunmin hits one hell of a shot.
Very nice from Hyunmin.
His Meteor gets taken down, and now it is all on Izu. Finds the first. Three more to try to deal with.
Very nice from DRX on this one. Keep an eye on the pistols. 1-0 on this.
We'll go ahead and secure the pistol for DRX.
Just a crazy good round for Hyunmin. Finding his timings for sure. And T1 trying to.
Best I mean, the re-clear over towards A was pretty nice. Hyunmin just did incredible.
Some early rotations and a delayed hit. Just finds the paint shells there. And my goodness. 10 HP, no problem. Swing the corner. Izu's looking up. Bane is down. And he's got his opponent on the floor. So, okay. So far, so good for DRX. But T1 has really struggled on pistols this year. They are like 9th in Pacific right now in like pistol win percentage.
Yeah, it's not been great.
No.
Saw them running it back when they were over at Bangkok.
Yes.
But then they came back over here and it's just like, well, let's just revert.
Just go back to being cheeks at pistols. I mean, still a strong team even behind all that, but
4 Bulldogs here for DRX. And a Ghost, so change up on the usual buy.
This is old school DRX.
Yeah.
This is back, you know, Zest is on the team and everybody's got Bulldogs. And
not sure if the desk covered it as we were coming back upstairs. Get ready for this matchup, but
went for a re-clear over towards A with the salvos at least. There was a Prowler that went over towards C, but it hit someone, so they know there's still pressure over towards C.
Suits him a little bit better potentially. Bane out with the
got my spikes. Wait, what?
Find something. Granted, he is the one player with the Ghost, so overall not too much weaponry going to be handed over, but Hyunmin now also dead. Mako swooping forward, able to find one, but this is starting to get a little bit too scrappy.
You can just stay alive the whole time, Buzz.
Have player advantage. Buzz, in the meantime, is just completely keeping Estrella distracted.
Oh my god, this is looking rough.
Hunt here on the site. Looks for a little bit more, but
oh my god, the salvos are incredible. How have they done that one?
Go ahead, even things up
full eco.
Eco goes their way.
Well, this is another thing that was a big part of
little bit of pressure. Well, it was a C default, re-clear over towards A kinda in terms of salvos. And I'm watching Stacks on the minimap absolutely send it over towards B with the spike on his own with the smoke to cover. And then they just spam the person trying to kill him.
Certainly kept the opponent's IGL in
That's
check
insanely rough for DRX. They picked up 3 Bulldogs as well, right?
For a long time. Kind of curious how that was going to play out. So just a couple Sheriffs and Classics for
the money's incredible. Hyunmin has ult, but see if he wants to use it.
T1 though.
This is 2 rounds, by the way, where I've seen Stacks being an absolute lunatic with the spike.
Oh, and Freak is just not backpedaling fast enough.
Nope.
They just run him down. Buzz coming away with the kill now, 2 charges away from having the ult. The C side completely opened up as DRX are all in transit to try to get over towards the side of the map. Hyunmin does have a showstopper.
Everything was good for this one. Definitely don't want to see this raise all into the rounds. But they do need to do a little bit of damage if they can.
I was going to say, maybe he found one with that Sheriff, but
Who's allowed to hunt? Oh, look at Buzz, dude. One away from his ult. Dude, if I'm Buzz within the next 10 seconds, I'm freely dueling everyone.
It's gonna be Mako with a headshot.
Maybe went a little bit too early for my liking, but
now, yep,
oh
those
boy.
the kill that they needed. Showstopper, however, a bit too shallow. Sylvan at 64, still alive. Time getting away here from DRX. Now need to make a go of this, given that they had the ult committed.
No, they got the 2 kills over heaters, and then they just went straight in.
Now
oh, T1 got the Razor out of them as well, dude. It's really rough for DRX. I think with that Razor, he's like got to commit, and they've all got to be on the same page instead of just going for the blind fire.
It looked like you might have a window into ecoing your opponents like they just did previously. Buzz with a nice opener. God, Mako.
Yeah, now they go into a big buy round, and Buzz has ult.
Well, right through that smoke too. Then the crossfire's too strong. The salvos and the snake bite before that as well to corral DRX towards the back of C site, making things much, much trickier for them. Good delay, good patience from T1.
Well, when they push with the ult, I don't know if there was a bit of util that I missed. I know there was a smoke, that's it. But
things looking good as Yoru is into another realm. Still seeing where these players are.
Oh, there's the trap play. There's the execution.
Nice though. No matter what, they had the trade ready. Buzz still did good to get one, and obviously they got the free side for this one. The interesting thing is they use Omen Flash though, right? So they got Omen Flash diff for the retake.
Fishing for anything that he can get, but players from T1 get away.
Dax has breach damage, that's it. That's like the only bit of util they got.
Just a matter of shutting down Mako here.
Alfie, thanks so much for the primate. Appreciate the 21 months. Thank you for doing that.
Might be right in range of that paranoia. Oh, he dodged it.
Izu holding at the box. It's again just a trade. Viper for Viper, tap of the door. Mako still trying to fight his way in to join in with the rest of the team. Sylvan at the same time going to be taken down, but the time is starting to tick. And Stacks holding here.
Whoa,
comes away with 2. Mako dead, and Stacks will find
really? He won that second duel as well? Damn, man.
3-1. Was looking decent
Stacks
for
is,
DRX for a bit there, but Stacks starts going crazy.
I mean, he's doing everything that he needs to do. Even on that eco round, he was the one that made all the space on his own.
That was almost great timing for Buzz to get 2, but just a step behind it. And Stacks ready for that last push through. Obviously the paranoia gave away Mako's position. And so far so good. I mean, you're seeing some of the classic ideas. Dimensional drift to set up the breach into the Tejo combos. So T1 kind of looking at what has worked for other teams and implementing it themselves nicely so far. One-way setup immediately every time these smokes are pinged out. I mean, we've seen it too many times this year where Mako will just TP up into him.
Yep. Well, look at the pain shell out. Get the Kate crash away from Buzz. Noise being made around B main. That draws a lot of eyes from DRX to that position. Well, Mako still just strafing around, sending out the paranoia, but Izu out in front of it. He clipped to the very last moment.
And T1 together.
Added capitalization.
T1 looking kind of nice.
With the stinger. There's Estrella not falling for the fake. Does he try to scale forward though? Yes, he does, and Sylvan is noting it, watching the walls, and will be able to find the last 2 kills. 4-1. T1 off to a very good start here with the comp swap.
Yeah, that was really nice by Sylvan to be on that
another one of those where they go up against the buy rounds and they got ults.
Further damage coming through. It's like, okay, they get one when we're trying to flood into rubble.
The first time the DRX have had some ults as well though to fight it.
Cleaned up nicely. Good patience from T1. Wait out that initial util and then make their move. So far so good. Now you've got some ults too. You got a Rolling Thunder.
Loser? Yeah, Loser plays the high-speed train of Paper X.
See if T1 can
at full momentum.
I'm about to check. T1 though, actually just gonna rotate back off of that. TP was set up, but didn't really find their window for the initial move. Now back over towards C. Cleared immediately.
Prodigy.
Have to deal with that at all is freeing. And not on his kind of usual.
Prodigy, I've seen you spam a track by track. You can't say anything.
Every time they ping these
I know you're on board.
I like the diligence. I mean, just making sure they don't fall for Mako shenanigans. Oh. How does he win that?
I don't know, but he does. Izu.
Imagine he gets out of here as well.
Clearly, very warmed up coming into this. Mako catching a glimpse of the shoulder, but just not quite finding the timing. Swings out, does manage to win the fight, doesn't take any damage. Strafes back across, wins the fault line, sends it the Paranoia, just trying to buy some time. Nightfall going across.
Fade ult. Okay, I mean the fade ult at least hits everyone, so they know that they're all here. Bombs come in, rotate comes in. 30 seconds on this one. Looking like a straight up commit over towards A side. Breach ult has to happen. Estrella still has Molly though. Dodges the ult. Molly goes out. No way.
Meteor gets involved. Even though they have the setup, they do not have the round. 5-1. T1 starting to run away with this.
I reckon
that was really well handled by T1.
With this Lotus pick. I don't think they saw this one coming.
They just keep pressing forward, and I think that timing made Mako feel like he had to press a little bit. Got blinded himself. Started walking forward.
Omen flash is great.
Good throw by Sylvan with the Paranoia. And everybody on T1 just storming in together and able to find their
fade ult down as well.
Effectively. Not really much of a response from DRX, and they're back onto an eco. Some stingers, a sheriff, a ghost. Showstopper again for Hyunmin on an eco, but some other big ults to contend with. The cycling starting to really ramp up for T1. Now you have the Armageddon. Izu still on the pit. Buzz a couple away from his ult.
Blow, thanks so much for the prime, mate. Thank you for doing that, dude. Good to see you. Thank you for that.
And there's just... Even with map control, I mean, DRX has been taking rubble control pretty consistently, but T1's...
Yeah, every time they're having a successful reclear, they just blindly put the stun salvo in, and it's working out all the time.
Just juggling the weapons back.
Get the gun out of there. They got the early info for C. Does that mean that they want to straight send it? It's a lot harder without the TP now. Sylvan has to become the duelist.
So impactful for DRX to get in positions.
Armageddon to try to clear things out. Just another nano cycled forward here on the smoke. Bite as well. Lobbed in.
Whoa.
Knowing that this player is going to have no audio whatsoever, just runs down Sylvan.
Send it all the way. Do they even consider Mako?
No. Meteor, Izu dropped. It's all on stacks in a 1v5. Sprinting over for the plant. DRX prowling in just behind him.
Huge turnaround for DRX.
Big upgrades. Stabilize the economy a bit. Swing out, Stacks able to find the first. Finds the second. Fault line at the ready. Sends it, spots the player here at drop, but doesn't read the bait.
It was a nice try.
Hit the floor. And that'll be DRX.
Okay, DRX though, and they managed to get a couple of gun upgrades as well.
Through,
so
it's just phenomenal delay on that C site, and T1
it was much needed, but at the same time they're going to go against the Euro, which is super strong on this map, especially when they have like these set struts where they take on the space as well.
Pretty devastating there as he's trying to TP out. Mako catches him right beforehand. Estrella ahead of the curve. Meteor tries to disrespect the poison cloud, pays the price. Stacks putting up a couple nice kills there, but in the long run, it is really, really well thought out by DRX. I thought maybe T1 would make a pivot towards B a little bit quicker, but didn't feel comfortable enough to do that just yet. This time they're going to use some util if there was that alarm bot there. Wouldn't be happy, but it was a delay from freeing. He holds on to it, now places it a little bit further back. That alarm bot spotted Izu earlier kind of gave the early read for DRX so they can make those rotates. Like the change up from T1 just to be sure that their plans aren't going to be able to be thwarted as quickly.
The free orb. Free orb, got the ult.
Kind of standard contact shift directions. It's
no punish for this one.
Style of play. Izu looking to do more damage over towards rubble.
So question mark created over towards C, and Bane is clearing it now with the Prowler. Pretty much clears everywhere.
Oh, dimensional drift, but Gunman pushing forward, gets the spot.
I love this idea from DRX. This was really nice.
It's sold out by Buzz. TP forward, Sylvan.
Oh, and he eats the stun. He eats his team stun. Incredible flash.
Buzz able to find a second. Hyunmin gonna get dropped as the aftershock forces Estrella's reposition, but he sees the bullet
nice round from DRX. They dealt with this Razor. Sorry, they dealt with this Euro really well with the Razor and the Omen flash instantly.
Mako ahead of the curve a little bit. As Wall blocks off the approach, the players significantly closer by. Swings out, spots out one, knows that he's running out of time.
Okay,
and Mako is
very
right
nice
there on
miss.
top of him. Takes him out. DRX.
Couple of rounds in a row. I'm not sure if
3
T1 want
rounds
to call some
accrued.
kind of timeout.
Try to stabilize here in this opening half.
Yeah, that's a painful one for T1. You use the Yoru, you lose your Viper early, so that seeds a lot of map
It was a great
control
plan
over.
though from DRX.
Vayne catches
That was
Sylvan
awesome
trying to
from them.
TP in combination with Buzz coming out of the dimensional drift. The timing just a little bit off there on that B execute. And DRX. Yeah, I think this is a really good timeout from T1.
A nice early timeout,
Still
really.
in the
Just
lead,
2 in a
but-
row, that's it.
DRX starting to heat up, breaking down the economy. So Coach Autumn wanting to intervene here, try to right the ship and make sure that they have as impactful of an attacking side as they possibly can get.
Definitely would like to see a little bit more contention for that A rubble space earlier.
You missed
for
Americas
T1.
last night, Pecan?
Kind of set DRX a little bit more off balance, make it a little bit harder to read where they're going to be, because right now DRX is
Is Imi alright?
able to
I
pivot
mean, he's
very,
been
very
here before.
quickly. Some fans of
Just looked like he was in
each other's
disbelief
teams there.
sometimes, though.
T1 DRX. A great matchup that we've had. Obviously, yes, a rematch, as the desk was talking about, a rematch
checked
of
on
the
him
grand
yet.
finals.
I'll give him a
From
message
kickoff,
today, see how
Team
he's
that
doing.
faced each other in Masters Bangkok with T1.
Must be a rough one, though.
Getting the better of them in that affair, but here today, see if
Did you Bacon? You missed the Yay IC masterclass.
What they did at the global level. Straya has an ult, but he's sitting way back in spawn. I think they're looking for a TP play. They're pinging it out. DRX is wary that out of that timeout, Sylvan
Okay,
might
big change
try
up
to
from
use his
T1, right?
ult.
They've been re-clearing over towards A. This time they go A aggro right from the get-go. And yeah, with all that util, they got to get out of there. They obviously don't know that it's a 4-pass from Punish. I don't think Australia used any util to make it obvious.
Slightly noted there on that jiggle. It's going to be him grabbing an orb, just looking to try to cycle up a third and final showstopper here in the half. Salvo's forced to reposition, gate crash over, across towards the door, switch and Buzz, able to go ahead, stabilize the aim, finds Hyunmin in the head. Takes him down, but still more work to be done to try to open up the side. Bane plunking in from the side here, approaching the main, catching the timing and catching Buzz there at the back
Really
of the
cool
skull.
smoke.
Stacks that, dodging around some of these bullets, but Mako, steady. Able to take it
My
down. 5 balls
goodness.
remaining. He's continuing to push forward, finds himself a fourth, swaps the gun. Looks for a little bit more here.
Okay,
It's gonna
dude,
be free
this was a nice team play from
from the top
DRX, though.
row.
Everyone had some
Right
kind of
here.
teammate to play around with.
DRX in the driver's seat. 3 rounds now
nice smoke, though.
consecutively. And within touching distance
Make
of
them
tying this up.
commit
You know,
either
you can
side.
see some of the struggles T1 is having with this change up
Always
of
get your
composition.
trades.
They're not really able to gain the rubble control the way they like. I mean, okay, that's just an
Mako.
angle. That's just Mako. I mean, that's painful for sure, but even then, the answers are there for DRX. That's the bigger thing. And it's a great adjustment in position.
Land
from
sound,
Mako
it might
to
be
move that
comms
far
as well,
back, have a
remember.
safe angle to
People
spray.
might be coming at the same time.
Not going to be anticipated by the opponents. Izu way out ahead.
Up now.
Okay, late
Four
fade
here
eye
from
goes
Hyunmin.
out into the Prowler as well to see if anyone's over
Win
towards
percentage,
B.
Pretty good. So,
3 in a row, and they
seeing if
finally
T1 gets a read on this at all.
broke the economy, but
Last
finally
round
got him
before the
down to an
economy gets
eco.
Fully broken. Estrella trying to see if he can find any timings here.
Almost. He was darn close. I'm just going to keep scaling forward towards A. The door tap doesn't mean much. A little bit of a panic maneuver here.
Hit going to be sent, but should get the scout out. TP going to be interrupted, and Snakebite cannot come through as he does get suppressed. I know roughly where he's at, and there you go. The spam eventually
We
will
handled
find
this
him.
well.
Hit now
Didn't
fallen.
really like
So
this
opened up
Viper ult.
T1 in with the player advantage, and Rolling Thunder also online.
Didn't like the
Both
Viper
hit.
ult, but at the same time, I feel like T1 dealt with it well. The Omen ult to the other
angle.
side to get
He's got that
info
lockdown
to make
to
sure
try
there's
to
free
flush him out.
pathing, and then the Yoru knew for sure that the
Great
TP was
util.
safe to take.
By T1 to clear out their opponent's pit. Now it's their job
Damn,
to play
we saving.
defense. So far back.
It's a
for
really,
DRX.
They're just
really
saving.
tough
I think you're
retake,
right.
especially with the ult that
They
blocks
see no way
over
into
towards
this, and they don't want
stairs.
to try to commit ults into the
Just as
rounds,
T1's
just to have
money
it
gets
result in a
low,
loss.
they
I
get an
think
extra 3k,
maybe if they
obviously
had
300 for
access
the
to a
plant
weapon
as well.
swap for Hyunmin, get
No
another
one
rifle
has
in
to
hand
rebuy
rather than having
any
an
armor.
operator into a pit. They probably try to make a go
They
of
just
this,
haven't
but
had to worry about money
it's
until
just
this game.
stacked against them. So T1 will go ahead, break this little win streak from the side of DRX and get themselves up to 6.
This is a really nice pit, though, by T1. It basically eliminates where you can put the lockdown. Like, covering that spot is really nice in a couple different ways. But, yeah, that's really smart by T1 to get there and get that pit down quickly. Able to find some really good value out of that ultimate. Secure yourself a round win. DRX with their new IGL of Australia. I almost said Australia, and I was like, no.
All of Australia is commanding the team.
Yeah. It's like when, you know, Twitch plays Pokemon. You know, everybody in Australia gets to make a decision.
Those are the good old days.
Yeah, it was good. I do miss that.
Okay, well, Op is going to be passed over to Freeing. Trying to hold down that C site. Sylvan swinging out, and Sylvan dead.
Oof.
No smokes.
Now gets the bad news. In the meantime, Chaos over here at Rubble. And T1 continuing to try to fight their way forward, and Zax is able to find one. Hyunmin going to be taken out. Rolling Thunder now sent across towards the A site, but backpedal and Mako. They just re-swing the door again, get him right before it closed. Comes away with 2 kills. Meteor still trying to push forward. Mako wall bangs him.
What is
If
that?
Mako cannot see you, you are as good as dead.
You got X-ray vision.
He's Daredevil.
Yeah. The man with X-ray vision.
That was awesome.
My God.
It said dodges a breach or, and then it realizes that they're going to try and be taking a lot of space and wants to capitalize on all the people, the W king.
A weird round, to say the least.
And then he gets the spam through the wall as such a sick round.
Up at 6-6.5.
Spam battles. Yeah, very
Give me
odd
this replay,
indeed.
man. Let's see it. Dodges the
See
ult.
this. Yeah. Oh, what an angle he finds. Oh.
Unreal.
Oh my God. He's just using those doors so effectively. It's like he's been studying how teams play that position, and with that toxic
I
screen
mean, T1 know they got. Sorry,
found
DRX
those
know
angles.
they're going for this orb.
Unbelievable.
This is where they went last time when they had the Yoru
It's a magician.
one away. Saying that,
Was trying to
that's my Yoru.
show some presence over at
Absolutely giving it over towards
A. Real
A.
bulk of T1's forces are on C. Operator moved back.
Nightfall on a timing.
Oh, they got the Fatal out of them as well. They still don't know about the 4 again because we haven't seen the Viper util. And Izu dodges it as they try and take the free space. They pick up the orb over towards C. Got the Yoru ult. We've got a stun ready for this. Oh, we don't have a stun ready for this one. No, they got.
Desperately to bounce over them. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
No way, man.
Comes in.
Oh, it's so funny.
Decently poised to try to secure a lead here at the half. After shock to delay, the approach of Waterfall. Bane eats a burst of damage, but knows that he has the Caesar.
Great
Wants to scale
Teva.
forward to try to get the pick. Goes for it. Buzz comes away with 2.
Dude, that was so funny.
In a 1v3. Just a bite to his name.
Yeah.
The spot out on the 1. Buzz looking for a timing. Flash goes in behind, but Estrella still a bit panicked, a bit frazzled. Cannot find the punish. Now 2 players disconnected. This is
This is the last round of the half.
Estrella, this is the last round of the half.
Just trying to pad those operator stats before.
All right, well.
Someone let him know.
Look,
I think.
sometimes it's hard to, sometimes you lose track.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, I've been there. Yeah.
Definitely lost
You
track.
think back to Shanghai, you had Lock.
It's still a good, it's still a good comeback from what was going on.
Thought it was the end of the half.
That's a good point.
Estrella didn't think it was the end of the half.
Huge win here for Izu. Had a couple nice 1v1s that he was able to best. Combo again with the Yoru ult into the Tejo salvos. Breach stun, very, very effective. Stacks. Not having any of it at the end. Well, a kind of wild half. I mean, it just felt like for DRX, it's like, can Mako kill
Still
through
double for DRX. Had a good
angles
recovery.
and smokes? Yes, then win round.
Kind of. It feels that way. Let's see. Who would you want to grab coffee with? Mako, stoic but a good listener, or Stacks, the biggest chatter?
Not let that be. Let's not will that into existence, please. Also, liking the T1 jerseys they're sporting today. Make-A-Wish
Yeah.
Foundation ones. Those are really nice. They got like the lettering on the back was really cool too.
Reminded me of like a very
There's a tournament in
vintage
Shanghai, May
kind of style
14th
font.
to the May
Yeah.
18th.
Look
The
like a
Chinese
Fallout
teams and 3 APAC teams.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
type, you know.
Yeah, like something you'd see out of like a old fantasy movie almost. To me.
I'd have to think of maybe a harder look at it, but I was kind of getting like a okay.
Kind of cool.
Old 50s TV ad type font is what I was.
Oh, that.
He's in EMEA playoffs is going on at that time as well, right?
Able to just find a very nice shot here. Wonder if that was on
It breaks
jiggle.
DRX sets,
Either way, hell of a shot.
Dude, gonna be a weird one for DRX if they qualify for Toronto to go to that one.
Just been a timing thing, or who knows. Meteor sees that B is kind of clear. There's the turret, so Stax is going to go clear that. Buzz trying to do everything he can to keep them from going this way, and actually he seems to have done well enough. With that turret clear, maybe DRX feels like they can confuse T1 a little bit. It's a 2-2
PaperX,
split.
yeah, but obviously
They'll
PaperX
be
is just
open,
in a
and
better spot
B,
than
they'll
everyone
play for
else.
retake.
The PaperX has got so many strats
over
that
on
it just
A.
doesn't matter for them, really.
Izu and Meteor need to hold the line. I'm not sure that
Obviously, yeah.
they're super concerned about this. Yeah, it looks like it is going to be B.
Nice little push on this, though.
Through the door.
It's gonna get weird timing-wise.
Straight back, lurking, swing from freeing, and okay, a little bit of whippage, but still a good amount of damage.
Oh, you really
Buzz
would
and
like
Stax
that.
both
Really would have liked
up.
that wall to be down, and really
That
would have
comes
liked
between
that
the two of them.
flash
Half
for
shot to
now.
Try to flush Bane out of the corner, does so, but has the kill on that swing, goes right back into the corner.
Straight up. Big lurk.
Oh,
And then big kill.
Izu getting
Does
that
go
kill,
down
though.
as Izu's able to find one.
Oh my
Bane
goodness, I thought.
redraws Meteor.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't
Not
getting
fast
that.
enough. Now it's all on Izu. Tiny bit of damage there onto Estrella, but
Possible,
so many
mate.
angles to try to clear out. It seems like
1-1 on the
Izu
pistols.
may be content to just stay tucked here in this position, go down to the spike. That will be DRX picking up both pistols. We'll see if any of them can escape as Izu is trying to find the punish and will be able to take Estrella down with him. So Spike will swallow up on Bane, gets the destruction there, and Mako will be the lone
Wait,
survivor.
DRX won the first. Oh
You
yeah, they
don't see
got
that
4
every day on the pistol
ecos.
round.
Let's see this.
4 ecos.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is the
I tried to
timing.
raise it
If
from
it
my
was
brain.
Jiggle Beak, that would be gorgeous, but it was just a
2-0 on the
slow
pistols,
creep out
you're right.
himself that gets punished with a headshot.
Yeah. Great lurk from Estrella. Keeps Buzz from being able to open up that extra angle onto DRX.
Mind though, it is 2-0 on pistols for DRX. They just happened to drop the,
Yeah.
round
Yeah.
follow-up.
Yeah.
So it was a solid thrifty from T1. They can do that again. Still going to be in a good spot to try to close this out.
Now Sylvan's doing a little jiggling. That one way there, but DRX uses the bot, gain a little bit of space. Push out just being shut down.
Freeing finds the hit. Sylvan gone.
Yeah, this is nice though.
And I don't think
Because
we're
every kind of
seeing a
punish
repeat
again
this
gets
time.
wrecked from this box.
And a bit of a
Every
timing play
punish
there for
over
T1.
towards C. It's always hard to work out a good punish
Yeah.
and
Stats.
cover
Oh my
this
God.
area. Dude,
Trying
how
to
is
go
Stax doing
Meteor.
this?
Having to backpedal. Salvo's nearly online, but Hyunmin is into the site with the 3K. Now it's down to Izu. Already damage dealt. Only one player with
Extra
a
kill would be
pistol,
pretty
so
nice,
the
yeah.
outlaw for the moment going to be left on the ground. Let's see if Izu can make that even more costly here for DRX.
Just gonna have to read the angles.
Slow creep forward. Hyunmin. Snappy.
One away from the Razor.
Instantly locks
Talk
on,
about the
gets
Orc right
headshot.
now.
We are tied up at 7-7.
They can definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
Win a
some
bonus
ideas
there.
by T1, but just pulled the trigger on that
Up and Outlaw on
push out a
Senti.
little bit
I mean,
too
yeah,
early
it's easier on
with that
some.
outlaw there
But
to
obviously
cover
Chamber, but
the long range. Not gonna get
Killjoy's
hit by
pretty good
any
for
of
it.
that util.
You just can't play like as
Safe initially.
aggro
Stax
as
just
you would with like Jeweler stuff.
crazy good stuff with the classic. But that was all it was for T1. Going into this bonus, 7-7. Very crucial round here for T1 on this defender side.
Two players
Ooh,
vulnerable to
insta
this
swinging.
outlaw.
This is their map pick too.
Yep. And
Going
naturally,
for the Jorgamo.
Of course, yeah. It's either Haven.
Okay, so
decided not to
insta
go for
A
Haven, which is
control, but
interesting.
they
They saved
wanted
it for
insta
last,
C
but-
control, right? Everyone's fighting over towards C to make sure they can't
guess
pick
if
up
we
this
do go
AWP
that
to get this
distance.
AWP, but we can see we got a free one here.
fairly likely.
Nothing
If
to
they bring
stop
up the
this.
ISO there
Salvo's already been
still,
used.
There's going to be even more swaps in the compositions. For now, though, Hyunmin pushing forward, able to go ahead and get a showstopper behind this outlaw, so even more deadly.
Smoke goes out over towards
DRX
A, and
slowly
that
start
kind
working
of
their way across towards C site.
helps
Meteor
sell the fake
wrapping
once they
around,
open the door.
reinforces this alongside Silver.
Drone goes over towards C. Who's showing from this?
Really,
Only one at the moment.
once again, trying to take as much space as they can. Stack's about to clear the turret. Last time the reaction from DRX was to pivot the other direction. Instead, we're going to send the showstopper
They can use
to
the
try
ult
to
really early on.
get in towards
Sylvan
C.
sticks
Sylvan
on
is
site.
well.
But Sylvan's still going to be taking a decent
Ooh,
chunk of damage. Down to
scary.
5, as that's going to be the C's now also connecting onto him. Kill, however,
They
not
did good
down.
to shut this down. We
As
got
the
30
regen
seconds on
shield,
this
so
one.
a
I'm
bit
seeing
more
Meteor
help behind.
rotate, but
It's a huge
Oh,
Oh, he got
he's
seen.
waiting, and I think Mako should have seen him here. For the push out, but crossfire setup looking good. Bane strafing backwards, still able to find one. Looks for a little bit more, but Meteor cuts him down to size. Freeing now, last one standing. Grabs the spike, can get the plant in. 1v3. Just that outlaw in hand. Nope, swaps over to the Bulldog. Gonna prove to be difficult, but finds the first. Fully flashed up, stuck in behind the box. Buzz. Next closest, trying to find the kill, and does.
still low, still good damage.
Narrow margins, but T1.
Yeah, no, it got really, really
reestablish the lead.
close. When I saw Meteor rotating
Yeah,
off the
this is
side there, I
pretty
thought it
nice
might be
work by
done.
Sylvan
But then
to
him
really
getting
hold the line,
spotted
change
kind of
position
works
on the
well
C.
because Meteor then
After the
managed to get back
showstopper
in
and the
time.
Cs don't really allow DRX any access into the site. Tucks in behind the box. Him and Meteor set up a nice crossfire here. Really nullifies that hit. Almost maybe looked like Freeing was going to get an opportunity to do something special, but shut down in the long run. Buzz just holding the line here at the top. You know, have to take the 1v1 there. Try to see if you can get that first before Stax is able to get close enough to set up for the pinch. Buzz going to have his ult.
Maybe
Hold
another
on
round
for
where they talk
Sylvan.
about the
Otherwise,
orbs.
it's rifles,
and
normal
T1.
rifles all around.
Every time they went away so
Clear.
far, they make sure they go aggro over
across.
towards
Buzz
C.
revealing that he's out wide, and Mako able to capitalize, takes down his former teammate. Sylvan, however, looking for a punish and is able to pick one up. Mako
Oh, smokes
take him
on
down, so
attack.
in the end,
Into this
a 1
one
for
way,
1.
it just stays up pretty much the whole time.
Yoru that no longer has to concern DRX.
Still, and you have the Viper smokes.
Great shot, man.
Oh,
Jesus.
Freeing. That is so. He's been so good in those.
All over towards
Very
C
crisp
just went
with it.
down as well, and Sylvan got
Still
wrecked.
playing at a deficit, but
He's
the
just
kills that he's gotten have been impressive.
yeah. He's been really on point in those 1v1s.
Lockdown, a bit of a fake here. As the cluster up, Izu
Okay. Going back
at
for
a
more.
glance finding one, but eventually he's going to be forced out into the open here. Wall raised, paint shells sent, redraws the weapon.
God, look at that situation he's in, and
Stacks
look at
there,
how
it's
good
theirs
he's
to go ahead
done.
and capitalize. Freeing now once again.
Gotta dodge the
Left to try to clutch
killjoy,
this
waits
out.
for the wall. Knows
Sylvan
they're gonna
28,
push to try
26
capitalize
HP,
off of
the
it.
Kill on to Stacks.
30 seconds left.
In a good position.
Even popped
to
up
make
the
this
wall and
work.
like waited a bit just for them to spam.
For the moment, he's going to pivot back in, holding the door.
Wow,
However, is
that's an
Sylvan has the
impressive
headshot.
round from
T1.
Izu. What the hell is that?
Now stretching that lead by 2, 9-7, with DRX's economy in the dumps.
Yeah. This is what looked like it might be a bit of a disastrous start, but still Sylvan finds a really nice timing. Catches Mako trying to get out of dodge. And Izu as well. Finding a good timing for his first peek. Waits for the smokes. Buys some time. Stacks and Sylvan playing that very diligently at the end, especially Stacks, not challenging that angle where the spike went down. Knowing that Sylvan is coming from B, he can just hold the line there. He doesn't need to go for something risky. And, you know, if they happen to go B, they're probably not going to be expecting Sylvan to be that close. If they go A, he can wait for Sylvan to come. They can team up, go for the 2v1. And DRX finally going to pull the trigger on a timeout for the first time here on Lotus. Curious to see what they want to do. I'm seeing some decent ideas, honestly, from DRX, but at times, T1 players are just
Thoughts from DRX?
finding their moments, their timings to get the better of some players.
Yeah, they've had some
They're
rough
trying to
rounds
make
with
their
him, you're not
way.
wrong.
You know, in that last round, in through the door, there was the mound kill towards Mako. So just some off-kilter timings, potentially. Maybe Termi and company want to address.
We'll see. First time out call here from DRX. It's been one apiece. Despite how
What's
back
he
and
lot
forth
talking
and
about?
close this map has been the whole way throughout.
You got a lot of trust in these IGLs on both sides. Tons of experience between them. Mako Just gonna push up right through the rock.
Buzz misses the shot, freeing again here at B main.
He's nasty.
Yeah, instant hit,
Ooh.
but can't get out. Does end up getting taken down by the aftershock.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if the salvos were
considering that they're the ones playing on the thrifty.
owning him as well, though, but definitely a stun on that.
Connects across some of the players entering here at the door. Be able to scale forward, however. As Hyunmin catching a
What though?
glimpse.
They get some stingers up
Up
close. Still got a nade to play with.
That stinger in hand, spotting the head, sending out that paint shell. Still somehow has not been cleared. It's going to be Estrella who's able to find Meteor. Suddenly this round starts looking a hell of a lot better for the side of the DRX.
This is a hard retake. Actually a hard retake.
Mako out wide, some random spray through the smoke. A boom bot to go ahead and ensure the drop is opened up. The spot out of the one. Hyunmin trying to pressure Sylvan out of position, can't do so. Izu on the entry into the site. Finds Estrella, the bite here at the feet. The turnaround from behind. Mako unable to find the punch. Bane now dead, and Mako all alone. The plan
had his
not for him.
chance.
Stacks with 3.
Dude, Stacks is saving him a couple of rounds.
Early kills, but T1 is a bit better on the trades. Now get up to double digits.
Freeing just out here ego peaking and winning time after time. Oh my God. Just steps far enough out. But then if you do that, you might be paying a price because the breach, Teho can trap you in pillars, take you out pretty easily. Heads on a swivel. Nice job by T1 there. Not a lot of util to work with in that post plant. Made it pretty scary. The fault line had just come into cycle for Stacks as they were starting to finally break through. Other than that, they didn't really have much, so T1 going to be going on a fact-finding mission, then TPing to the other side of the map.
Yeah, it's one of the better things with the Yoru, right? You can make sure that you can set up over towards A and then insta-TP. This is kind of what we were talking about when Paper X play this. Like, first time they showed the Yoru, they were doing this where they would TP over towards C once they took A control. Recently, they kind of played it a little bit more like a jet.
Sylvan over at A on his own.
Just leaving the Yoru over towards A.
And he'll just go ahead, back away. Little jiggles. Yeah, he's able to break those lines of sight, gets himself out to safety here. Buzz at the same time, setting the dimensional drift, and he is just running and freeing, wanting some revenge for the previous round. Trying to find the catch, there's the stun.
They really went for him though. I saw the stun coming from B, and at the same time I was watching Meteor on the minimap descended all the way from B, trying to catch him also. Sylvan needs to chill, they've got to wait for Stacks' ult. And obviously they have Omen Flash. Mako can definitely win this round. Breach short on site hit 3. Oh, Stacks face before his damage.
Does go ahead and claim Hyunmin, but DRX still in a good position. Now T1, I think, certainly wishing.
And nicely handled. They got the Breach short out of them, and they got the Yoru out of them as well.
DRX.
Not bad.
They get back into this. Still down by 2.
Mako just such a fierce opponent. Back to his normal job of just being a controlling player. And he is making life a nightmare on these lurks. Just shutting Buzz and Izu out. And that rolling thunder might not anticipate that Hyunmin had tucked in that close again after it. You know, the aftershock is there, and you would think he'd abandon that position to swing back out to the site to try to protect his life. Instead, he just holds the line, catches T1 off guard. Nicely done by DRX, but man, Mako has been a real difference maker. 16 kills for him.
Every single round so far, aggro over towards C.
Some sheriff's a stinger for Meteor.
So eco for T1, DRX given full A control, a couple of rounds now. Razor looking like he wants to use it into this round.
Rather dicey for T1 in this round. They're reacting well to this A hit though.
Oh, not.
But it's all just a play distraction. Armageddon
Tail used on the eco for T1. They're messing up.
Drop down though, Estrella. To go ahead and keep things covered. Hyunmin keeps himself alive for the moment. It's just angle after angle. There's layers upon layers. DRX did not give up.
At least wanted to do a little bit damage with the tail, and they kind of got nothing for it.
Impact, a little bit more damage here. Went for the timing shot of the jiggle peak, but just cannot connect with the head.
Oh, this is tough, to say the least. Can you find any more damage? But trying to wait it out. Nope. Hyunmin, good for the final one.
Very crisp. DRX now. 2 rounds back to back.
I'm out, maybe.
From tying things up.
There's wasn't a nice round to watch.
Crazy good round for him. He's doing such a good job here, breaking angles to set up his teammates. He's jumping in, Bane's covering. He's jumping down, Estrella's covering. He's throwing paint shells, Estrella's covering.
Have you guys sensed the pattern yet?
Yeah, just great. But that's great teamwork, and that's what you want from your duelist. Selfless play to set up for the guys behind you.
They got to go up against that Razor now as well, right?
That's going to be T1 taking their final timeout. As certainly on their map pick.
T1's victory.
They're cheering for the victory.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, from Hong Kong.
From Hong Kong.
Oh, nice. And they came to Korea. Welcome. Big Meteor fan. Very, very good. We are too, even though his Tejo's a little, he hasn't looked as comfortable, I'll say that.
I mean, you know, first time.
For sure.
First time bringing it out. It's going to be a little off, perhaps.
No doubt about it.
We'll see how it develops and whether or not he's going to be playing that as we go deeper into this series. Given that we do have Fracture coming up as the second map. Previously, of course, we'd be seeing Meteor playing the Vice there.
Kind of expect them to go back to kind of stock standard on Fracture, maybe, but I mean, it obviously hasn't been their best map. It's been one they've been kind of avoiding.
Razor is the one here.
He's over at C Mound. The Rubble fight.
They were aggro over towards C. They wanted to make it look like they were taking over towards A. They invest the stun.
Well, he does clear it. Okay. Thought for a second there he might be able to dodge it, but
bit of a change up from DRX. Like this time we actually send 2 over towards B to give them the option to pivot over towards B itself. Door gets open, so they have this line, and we got no pressure over towards C, where it's really hard for these two to do much. Oh, they backed off because the smoke was going down? Not bad. Viper ult in the after plant as well. I think they got a pressure here. Without the pressure here, I don't see how they retake this. Am I missing an ult or something?
That's what I was just thinking.
Nah. Open up to try and spam off of it.
Looking to try to scout. His flashes go flying. Estrella tucked in on the side. Finds one on the peak. Sylvan
guys, you can't retake this one.
They're just going to be picking him to pieces. Buzz will find one. He'll get out. But he needs to hold on to this operator. The only bit of weaponry that they're going to have going into the next round.
I think they reacted a little bit poor from the ult here as well, especially having 2 towards C to not open the door in the after plant. Also, as we could see, like holding strong 2, opening the door again would have been good, but it was nicely done from DRX. There was a stage where they opened the door, they tried to get info over towards B to see if they were trying to pinch over towards B, and everyone was hiding in this corner out of the 2, so they didn't see any of them. And then the door didn't get opened again, so they just kind of sent it with the Razor.
Don't get caught. Keep Estrella alive. Protect the VIP here.
Oh,
that's.
I was wondering how he had. I
jump spotting it. Yeah. That was really smart.
Force them back down to an eco. Got a couple of stingers, and this time we've got the salvers for the stun. But they still get A control.
Right now is not on the correct side of the map to try to really find impact. Gate Crash is just arriving over towards A.
And again, though, I mean, DRX is just having their way with this site.
Looking like you might want a Viper ult.
Very good control over this space, even with the Tejo breach.
So he's not connecting, but Hyunmin in around the back
weird.
here.
It's so early. Yeah, dude, he's just in the worst spot ever.
Coming through that door fast enough.
What is that?
Plants his feet.
Buzz commits with the op as well. No op for next round.
From the remaining players here on the side of DRX, once again, it's just too damn good. The Stinger's not finding value. The op going to be lost on the floor.
Good luck, Sylvan.
As it's going to be damn near flawless, it would seem here, barring Sylvan finding some very solid impact here, which will not be found. DRX
I mean,
into the lead.
They gotta scrap this. They gotta scrap this C hold and go aggro A.
Taking away T1's map pick.
Man. They're just doing a great job scaling into sight.
I want to see the shot from Stacks.
We're going to see an aggro A now in defense. There's no way.
I think it was like the millisecond that he stopped moving.
It was good. Good timing. Van's been watching some Rays players and how they land and shoot. That was nice, but yeah, like Hyunmin in particular.
DRX
really
step ahead, knowing that they're going to go aggro over towards A. They give them A control and they want to take C now.
Tied with Mako
Yeah,
with
they're cooling
but
good.
He's been leading the charge, and he's been set up by good control of space. And then with finally T1 taking control of A rubble, the response as well from Izu to set up the pit at C, really try to funnel DRX into B if possible. At the very worst, you can go back, shift your weight into A, and try to shut down this.
2-person hold for T1.
Buzz and Sylvan though.
Beidou goes in.
Buzz dodges.
Buzz has dodged it.
Definitely can't.
Just on the one. Spots up the TP, now looks to try to reposition. Hyunmin on the hunt, just sending himself forward. It's a tiny bit of damage, caught a glimpse of a couple players, but cannot find anything.
It tried the element, it's kind of cool.
Not found quite just yet. Tuck in behind from Meteor, just staying.
They got the B pivot on the go. I'm looking at Stacks and he's in trouble.
He could try, turn back, find some impact.
Oh man, this was nice. The wall just came up, changed position. A good reaction from him. He was in this corner and they were pushing through a door. He goes back over towards here, wall covers him from the one and then stuns. Dude, this was so close to going wrong for T1. Stacks did incredibly well. And Izu deserves a little bit of a shout out.
That was good.
Just putting the wall up in time.
Yeah, that was the point.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just trying to.
Okay.
I'm complimenting you. Just take the compliment.
Okay, but it sounded like you were being condescending.
Oh, no. Not in this case, sorry. Okay. Normally, you're right.
I misread.
Yeah. Normally, I am condescending. You're not wrong. This is one of those rare exceptions, so okay, I understand.
In that case, thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, well, you've got some big alts. T1 maybe could get themselves up to map point, but like these rolling
Aggro
gunners
towards A for T1. They set up
super effective
the Omen, so Yorican TP if they feel like it's a C hit, which we can
they
see.
need to find some real value out of
like it is.
DRX has had good answers to those
Prowler
alts,
goes
even
in,
if
wins
it's
the
just
Yori,
losing
take the
one player,
TP.
Or in the case of the Rolling Thunder, tucking a player.
Surely the Yori takes the TP now, or it
Gonna
ended.
use the lockdown. I don't think there's any hope in hell that T1 can clear this.
I mean, that's a free sight. It's a free sight, and they got Yori. Oh, they got Stacks' ult to retake. Do they try and get a good plant? Do they take space?
No minor.
Yeah, they try to take Heaven control.
Oh, caught, but
dude.
Oh my God, gentlemen on the swing. Able to find
Oh,
one, looks for a little bit more time,
my
but the damage gonna be
goodness.
there
Imagine how
Meteor,
different
but
this round would have
Izu
been if that was a kill.
Buzz trying to lead the way. Flash up for the moment, jumps out of it, shorty in hand. Mako going to be taking down player advantage now here for the side of T1 as they scale their way back in, gaining control of the site. Everyone from DRX pushed back, disconnected here at Mound.
Sylvan has a smoke. Smoke on the floor.
Dude,
Buzz.
They've
been defusing all the way through this. They get half on it. He's on top of the wall. They can't spot him. Nicely done. On top of the wall on the corner.
Take the round away. 2 players
hey, they handled it well.
as they get up to map point.
That's great by T1, saving that.
And both teams kind of handled this well, to be honest.
On that retake, smothering Mako
it was nice.
with util.
It's a nice round to watch.
Stunning him up. I mean, Hyunmin trying to get ahead of the curve. And had that
dude,
timing
Meteor doesn't get that kill there. They both go down. They waste the breach short. It's 11-12. Would have been the game.
Make sure the plant is
Gotta win that duel.
Distracted Mound. There was no post-plant mollies or anything like that left for DRX at that moment, but still, with the angles that you could take from Mound, would be difficult to just hold the defuse. So T1 still has to get ahead of it, and they do. And it's going to be the last timeout.
DRX could literally do exactly the same as they just did.
Yeah.
And go, well, they didn't.
DRX,
the only reason they won that is because they had ults. Well, they'll at least know the setup once they hear the aggro util. See the smoke over towards C.
I wasn't expecting.
They should have at least worked out the setup at the moment.
I don't expect it to happen here. It's obviously not.
Bit more tight-knit, bit more of a better understanding of each other between the 2 teams. Obviously, just an immense amount of history across the board.
There's a lot of stacks calling on this timeout.
Now, we'll see if this is going to be good enough for DRX to get that 12-12 scoreline. See what the economy looks like here as, yep, okay, able to go ahead and get everything nicely together. Still,
yeah, they go for the aggro A, and honestly,
yeah, not too bad.
Looking like they might
a couple away from
have
another
called good for
showstopper
this.
already for Hyunmin. Meteor Love to get that Armageddon in there. Oh my God.
That's a seize on to Buzz.
Oh, the Teva nade in the corner.
Okay. Oh, TP. Okay, wall still raised. Mako
Whoa.
just strafing in.
Damn, it's all down to that duel. That's an empty site right there. Meech's going for a hero play.
Oh, captain, my captain no longer. Mako. Very
How many smokes are we going to disrespect?
Stun sent Buzz swinging on.
Oh, dear God.
1-3 and backed through the smoke. Buzz absolutely destroying the shorty again.
Oh.
Looking for the kill, but Estrella somehow able to come away with that. But Meteor swoops in, finds it,
what
and
a
we are
1v1
just down
this is.
in the mud. Freeing brings us now into a 1v1. The door being watched. Sylvan strafing, freeing, shooting.
Oh,
The
God.
3K of his own
Came down to
reply,
the
and there
duel,
it
man.
is. The timeout
My
call. I don't think
goodness.
he meant a
This
damn
was so
thing.
close,
But
dude. Buzz
we're
made
going to
such a play
overtime
there.
all the same.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Just this little
boy.
sidestep from Mako, throws, stacks off, and then you think round's done. 3K for Buzz, and he goes hopping the corner because he had hit with the fake out flash onto Estrella, and Estrella's able to
that
recover
crouch.
in time. I think he turned it well enough. Oh my goodness.
Crouch saved them.
Fans here are stunned. I'm stunned. That looked like it was going to be, okay, we're going to fracture. Nope. Freeing, showing up when these needed most. Hitting a great one against Sylvan. Sylvan had the angle held, but again, the crosshairs just a bit off for T1. They pay the price. Huge reveal from that haunt.
A big thing out.
Wait. Freeing, what are you doing?
Made up and over the
Freeing,
top
what are you
here.
doing?
Not gonna get a catch on anybody, but ooh, freeing.
Oh,
On a
freeing.
walkabout. Not gonna be able to find anything in Mako this time. A tree loses out on the fight. He's TPing forward. Buzz is there, ready for the punish. T1 off to a roaring start here in
He's
overtime.
confident
Two huge
after
reads on both
the
sides of the map by
round he just
T1.
won.
That's going to give them a ton of room to work with. What does Estrella have to say about it? He's had all that util.
Fight not being thrown. TP in a little bit deeper. Holds the door for one, but cannot get disconnected from the fight fast enough. Sylvan going crazy with a 3K.
Wow.
And it's Buzz will find
Tried
the
to win the
finisher.
game.
T1 will find map point once again.
Yeah,
Trying
I
to
think
react
Sylvan
over towards, they go
probably feeling a
AD
little
first,
bit
trying to
grumpy
react over
that
towards
he
C,
couldn't get
but
that last kill, close the map out, comes alive. A nice setup with him and Meteor, expecting a push out from Freeing early. That's just good read by Buzz to get ahead of Mako's TP. Sylvan.
Freeing,
phenomenal
I mean, he
work.
got him into this position.
Just barreling forward with the Vandal.
I guess he's
T1. One
he's
more
trying
round.
to do it all himself.
The timeout, but
Yeah, that's a good point.
not called.
Thought maybe an early one, but you know, if
Haroon 28, thank you so much for the tier 1, mate. Appreciate you doing that.
Termy
Thank
likes
you,
what
thank
he's
you.
hearing in the comms, then he'll just let it go. If he's
For the
hearing
support,
what he was
Haroon.
going to say anyway, good to go.
Yeah. Oh, the bounce, the TP forward, the fight now in towards Baby Door. Mako able to win this one out.
Oof.
Gutman.
Nice
It's Gutman's
movement on
kill.
this. Free ace site. Omen Flash goes in,
Mako
makes
comes
it
up with
easy
some
for
nonsense
them.
from time to time, but that was not one of them. But he will be able to find a follow-up as Buzz can take it down similarly. Izu for one of the approach, taking quite a bit of damage. Sylvan still firing back, but
Yeah, nice round
this
from
time it's
Mako.
Mako's turn to pick up a 3K, as that'll be the reset.
Yeah, good
13 to
movement on this
13.
extra kill as well from
Maybe T1 and DRX
the
saying, you know what?
Hummin picked up.
We want our record back.
Oh no, not that.
We want that longest OT series
Please no.
in VCT.
Yes,
Obviously, the
in franchise.
yeah, the first strike series.
Sylvan, pretty good, but Mako just coming alive. Not going to let a repeat of what happened in the previous round, where he just goes down without much of a fight. Just comes swinging. Buzz having a good map, 24-18.
Whoa, it's a big,
On the Yoru.
big, bold call.
Pressure again from DRX early, wanting to challenge that double stacked angle.
No
that
one
Meteor and
shot the
Sylvan were
fade
holding.
eye, so they know they've cleared
They're gonna
all
back
of this.
him off,
Could maybe be someone
but
behind the
Buzz
box. This has
gone
been very nice
way
from
out
T1, though,
towards
is
A.
taking a lot of space, creating a lot of pressure, like
pulled
they're
a
instant
ton of
reacting
DRX
from
players
the
over,
push,
so
and then they're going to
is
go back
T1
and
gonna have the
re-clear all of
confidence?
this, so oh, that's a
timing
nuts
from
timing.
Freeing, though. Oh my God.
And that is the tip of the spear, well severed. Stacks trying to creep forward. Just a glimpse there on the Bane. Continues to scale up.
Yeah,
and
that's really
right with the
bold, man,
crossfire
but
angle. Not sure
4v5,
why
I get
Stacks
it.
thought he was going to be able to get away with that.
That's very uncharacteristic. Freeing again, good for another.
DRX now looking to get themselves map point for the first time, potentially in flawless fashion. Just Sylvan and Meteor. Try to be the difference makers. Misses the timing to catch the glimpse from above, but Bane is also holding the angle, and this round is completely sideways here for T1. Barring an ace clutch from Sylvan.
Done it before.
Which he has.
30 seconds left.
We all remember that split. In a 1v5.
No ult,
Like
though.
a bridge too far.
Yeah. It's OT, so no ult. Might have seen the leg.
Just doesn't have the time.
No.
Realistically. Flawless. It's DRX. We'll gain this lead. T1. Question is, do we see a timeout call from Autumn to try to extend
Well,
this even
Freeing
further?
lost the first one, but he definitely won this one.
I probably would pull the trigger on it here. This one looked a little bit too isolated for my likes. You know, a lot of players trying to work the map by themselves and just getting outread by DRX. The timing's there for Buzz, just a great read by Freeing. I don't know what Stax is doing. That one's ambitious no matter who you are. We'll see. DRX on the attacker side. They're out their moment. Sylvan tasks to hold Mound down by himself.
Buzz pulls back, sees a stray up. We'll just go their separate ways. Meantime, DRX aggressively scaling forward over towards C.
TP just
Smoke
faded
out
for the
picked up
Yoru
by
over
Tunman.
towards C.
2 away from having a
And
showstopper.
there's a chance the DRX clear over towards A
Could be one of those rounds where
as
you
this
play for
TP's
2
gone.
orbs.
And so the Yoru's just
Aggressive
stuck.
positioning by Meteor.
Or we might not even
What
reach
you can
clear
do.
A at all.
Has to just back off.
Stun and salvos at the ready.
Yeah, we're just sending this, yeah.
Imagine they just hit all of them on the entry. Yeah, a little early.
Salvos going out. Full line from Stax not really connecting. Has this decent follow-up though. The Seed Days looking for any kind of damage that they can get, but all of it for now avoided.
Looks like they held pretty strong
here.
T1 on this though.
DRX, the clock
Whoa, that's mad timing.
An entry,
And
swoops in, finds
Hyunmin
Izu,
double
and Sylvan's
satchels
only
in,
gonna be
and
good
so
for
we
one
can
before
see
getting
him
down.
when he gets
Meteor
Omen
go ahead.
flashed.
Notes the flank, deals with Mako. Brings us now into a 3v3.
It's a good plant. They got mollies down. They got alarm bot for them pushing out.
Still not yet having the showstopper online, but it's one charge away.
Freeing's in a really good pose to win this.
Aftershock to try to clear it. Double position. Salvos as well. Sent Bane flush forward. Veil stuff there.
Oh my god, the kills that Hyunmin's got in this round are insane.
Pedaling frantically over towards Waterfall. Paint Shell now at his feet.
It was 5-1 at one point and they came back to win this. That's impressive.
Needs to try to clutch it out. He is just tagged up and about to be taken down. The shorty of that distance, not going to do a damn thing, but he's got 8 bullets left in the map.
Very nice from DRX.
And
This
three
was a
from Mound will
close
find
one.
it. 15-13, DRX. Extended to OT and take down T1 on their map pick of Lotus.
Oh.